Hey, welcome back. Thanks for hanging in there. That was kind of strange, right? Yes, this is a test. Woo! Just a test. Thank you for hanging on with us. What technical difficulties, the internet or Crowdcast, whoever just wanted to shut us down like that. That was so funny. Now you're burping. Good, Sarah. Change that energy. Woo! See, it's not just me. Maybe we needed to go through that little reset. Because that's kind of what this is all about, right? So maybe that all happened. Haha, Linnell's burping too. Yay! Who knew I could be happy about that? We can only view from here now. We lost the feeds. Okay, no worries. So it's just you guys and me. It's just Crowdcast today. So the party is here. No worries. That's awesome. It was meant to be. It must have been someone I wasn't supposed to connect with out in that other realm yet. So I'm glad you guys are burping. You guys are changing up the energy. So the funny fact about this resetting, right, of us having to reset this show, that's kind of what we're doing right now. We're resetting everything. We're resetting so much on so many different levels that it's hard to imagine in our human mind, right? Because we get so linear and we might only see this much of it. And they just want you to see all of it. That's why we kind of have to get back. That's what I was talking about, the lazy river. We need to get in the lazy river and just get in our little float if we're swimming or if we're just floating, whatever. And just allow ourselves to flow down that river to see where it's taking us, knowing that we're being protected, knowing this is for the highest and best. That's why it's to make the best out of everything that we have going on right now, right? Because it's really disrupted. You know, my kid's not going back to school for a month is like, holy cow, it's not summer yet. And, you know, they may not even go back to school for the rest of this year. That's a possibility. You know, so summer may be very, you know, extended, spring and summer. So those of you with kids, I hope you guys are finding things to do. I'm finding things for them to do for sure. But, you know, we got to make the best of all this, you know, and that's what we're here to do, is to make the best of it, right? That's one of the things that we've learned in this lifetime, is that we have to make the best of everything that comes our way, right? And we're making better choices, right? Because that had to happen, that we had to change that in the end. And we had to start making better choices so that we could start making a better life, right? Because we would always imagine we'd like it this way, but we'd still make those old choices that still gave us the same results. We were still stuck in that pattern. So I'm starting to see people really get out of their patterns, right? Everything's getting out of their patterns, right? Out of these routines. And this is helping to reset whatever that new routine is, that new livelihood is going to be, whatever it's going to be, because everything's going to be a little bit different, but I feel like everything's going to be better and a lot calmer, if that makes sense too. Once we get over this little bump in the road, right? Because it's a little bump. So yeah. So how are you guys all hanging out there? Let's see. Sarah says, everything happens for a reason. Yes, it does. And nothing is a coincidence, just so I say that. Amy has joined us, and Amy says, my son is refusing to work on math right now, set and follow our schedule. So I figured, well, now I can watch the show. Well, he didn't want to do his math, so you could watch this show. And here's the thing with the whole schedule thing. You can change it up a little bit at home. You don't have to be so strict and so rigid in your scheduling. Because this is going to be a little bit, you know what I mean? And they want you to be like, this is kind of like a vacation too, right? Because a lot of us collectively have been asking for this much time off, like, you know, because we're work, go all the time. So collectively, we've asked for some time off, and this is kind of that time. So use it constructively, use it, you know, for learning, using it for cleaning, using it for resting. Find a great balance, right? But don't say so scheduled up like we always have. They want you to break up the routines a little bit, if that makes sense. So I'm glad you can join us. And your son, he'll be better tomorrow. There's a lot of energy going on today. He'll be a lot more cooperative tomorrow. I feel like moving into this spring equinox we got going on, there's like, you know, sliding out of winter into summer or into spring. See, I'm ready to skip spring altogether. Summer is always my favorite season. So there you go. I'm trying to, you know, see, Linnell says, yes, I agree again. Good, girl. We're all on the same page. This is awesome. You guys make me so happy. So what's shaking in your world? What kind of things do you guys have going on? Are there things that are popping up for you that need to be let go of? Are there things that you're still healing? I know there's a lot of spring cleaning going on, so that makes me happy. Again, they're going to make me burp. The spring cleaning, I don't know what's up with the spring cleaning. Again, they're going to do it again. Apparently, there's a lot of dust bunnies down there. Because I feel like we're like, woo, 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 getting them out. And when we're doing that clearing, that's also clearing us energetically, right? Because that's why that energy makes us burp and things like that. You know what I mean? Because we're trying to get that energy up and out of us. We're trying to get that energy up and out of us. We're trying to move it around, shift it from one part of the body to another, or just completely out of it. Linnell says, I've been helping others release stress. I'm a bright energy. Keep shining, Linnell. So important right now. So important right now to share our light. Amy says, I'm horrible with routine when I'm home, but he thrives on it. So I'm trying. Lots of fun too, for sure. Good, good, good. Okay, well, if he needs the routine to keep him happy, then you keep up the routine. That's good. But I feel like there's a little bit of fluctuation going on in it, so everyone finds a happy balance. So that's awesome. And I feel like he should be doing some kind of artwork. I think your kid is pretty artistic. So get out the crayons, papers, pencils, whatever. Sarah says, I'm working on me and figure out myself to better things and grow. Springtime, right? Springtime, that's when flowers start to grow, right? All the crocuses are up. You know, I kept seeing those. I haven't seen so many crocuses. People aren't posting so many pretty pictures as they were the week before. But I know that spring has sprung. Spring is here. So it's about growing, right? And doing that growing, right? I'm going to love that you're working on yourself. So it's like, whoo. It's like that deep dive, okay? It's like that doing that deep dive in and finding out who you really are. So you're doing that spring cleaning on yourself as well, right? It's like you're doing all that spring cleaning within. You're like, all right, I don't need that anymore. I don't need that anymore. I don't need that thought anymore. I don't need that belief anymore. There's all this. I feel like there's a lot of heavy armor coming off, which is funny. So you might have used it as protection or whatever, and now it's just being thrown off of you because you don't need it anymore. All right. And Amy also says, oh, wait. Sarah, I'm skipping around here. Sarah says, I'm working on me and figuring out myself. Oh, I just answered that. Yes, good. I feel like you're pulling all this stuff off, Sarah. There's a lot of spring cleaning inside and out. And then Amy says, yes, balance. Thanks. His dad is an artist. Good. Get him to get out the paints or whatever, because I feel like they need to have expression right now. So I see paint being flung all over a canvas, which is always fun. I've always wanted to do that. Maybe I'll do that in the next week or so. I'll show you guys some of my art. So, and it's funny because I keep getting this image that I'm going to have some of my people, like my local peoples here, actually drop me off like a piece of whatever they make or whatever, because some of them are fantastic artists and some of them are fantastic crafters, and I just want to share those things with you guys. So I'm going to plan that in the next couple weeks, where I'm going to get together and I'm going to get a few of my local peeps that are going to drop me off some stuff that I can use on my show to show you what they're using with their creativity and how they're, you know, I'm like, whoo, I feel like that's going to be good. Sarah says, my filter is gone. Haha. I don't know if that's good or bad. Good for me, but not good for others. Here's the thing about your filter. Let's talk about this for a minute, right? Because we have this filter that we kind of like use for maybe certain people or maybe certain situations. But when you start to stand in your truth and you start speaking your truth, that filter goes away and you can't help but say what's on your mind or what's in your heart. Okay, it just comes out and you're like, whoa, maybe I shouldn't have said that. That's your human part saying that, you know what I mean? But it's like, I don't know. Oh, that's funny. She says, I am streaming on YouTube and Facebook. All right. Spirit wants me back on. I'm on. So yeah, with all of that, you know what I mean? It's like, where was I even going about that in this morning? Spreading love all around. Yes. Yes. Okay. I want to share that, right? Because I don't know how you see it, Linnell. Maybe you can share it in the comments over there, but 2 of my clients that come to my class on Monday nights, we're here Monday night, and they're like, it's almost kind of like they're being these little energy conductors. I think that's the best way for me to describe it right now without a proper name. But it's like they're building up so much energy inside themselves, and then they're like, you know, they're throwing it out there. They're just letting it go. And I can't wait to feel and see what they have done this week when they come back on Monday to let me know how that's gone. Oh, Jolie and Valley are watching from Facebook. Hey, glad you guys could join us or join me, or all of us, the energies and everything else that's going on. So if you guys on Facebook or YouTube or here have a question, drop it over in the little comment box and I'd be happy to answer that for you. But I'm so happy that you guys can join us because we're all part of the little same soul tribes, right? Because we're all connecting now. I keep talking about that. We're coming closer and closer together. They want me to show you guys this again. So it's like we're coming closer and closer. Like, you know, it's like, here's one of us. Let's say this is me. And then you guys out there are connecting in with me. And then, you know, and then we all connect in with the higher source. Oh, you know what that makes, right? So we're all getting more connected again. I wish I was a good drawer so I could actually draw geometric shapes for you, but you get the idea, right? So it's like we're all coming together just as we should and just in time, right? Someone out there needs to stop speaking their truth. Whoever's watching right now and you're not standing in your truth yet, I'm helping you clear that. Because I know this is not me right now. So it's like you need to let it go. You need to clear it up. Let it go. Release. Allow. Let your truth flow. Let's see what we got here. Valleys. Simmons says, hello. Any help you can give me about the waves of energy? Rough ride. Valley, if you've been watching a few minutes earlier, it's kind of like it might feel like it's a rough ride, or you're still allowing it to be a rough ride, or you're still believing it to be a rough ride. They want you to let that go, okay? It's almost like they want you to, like I said earlier, it's kind of like we're getting in the lazy river in our little floaty, and we're just going to go with the flow now. They just want you to go with the flow. Don't resist. And also, Valley, you're also coming into a lot of your abilities right now. There's a lot of things that are getting tapped into for you. So I feel like you're sorting all of that out. You know what I mean? So it's like sorting it all out. It's like, you know, it's like, it doesn't have to be rough. You just have to be calm inside, right? Your soul self, right? Tap into your soul self and go, oh, okay, I know I'm going to be all right. I know everything's going to be all right. Everything's happening for the greater and best good. Linnell says, yes, I hear that from people often. Thankful for sharing the light. Share yours. It feels great. Beep, beep. Share, share, share. All right. Mariah Joy, I'll take any messages. I love your guidance. Well, thank you for joining me today, lady. I'm so happy you could be here. Okay, let's see what guidance I have for you. There's a lot going on for you right now. This is all like, I feel like there's a calm about you, but there's kind of like a tidal wave going on at the same time. But as that tidal wave kind of washes away, because I feel like that's part of your past, that tidal wave stuff, you're starting to really step into what it is that you're going forward now. So I feel like in this time you're clearing you're spring cleaning your thought system is what they're showing me. They just showed me like this little tornado going on up there, and it's like shooting out all these things that you don't need in your life. It's like ping, ding, ding, ding. All these little things are taking place. And I also feel like you're starting to listen to your inner guidance too, and they're pointing to your heart chakra. So you're starting to listen to your higher guidance a lot more, connecting in and bringing balance. I feel like you're trying to bring this balance between your heaven self and your soul and your body self, and you're starting to do that. It might feel a little heavy sometimes because you get too earthly. They just want you to bring it into a beautiful balance. You know what the balance feels like. Yay. I hope that was helpful for you. Again, I feel like throat chakra, clearing the throat chakra. Everyone speak and stand in your truth. And as I talk about that, a lot of the things that were being fed out there in mainstream media is not all truth. Okay, you have to, it's like you could read a whole article and you need to take out what is truth because you'll feel it here, and what is not, you'll grab here, right? But what is truth, you'll grab here. And they want you to discern what is the truth and what is the real message behind all that. Because this is why I've been saying for so long to be so observant about things so that you can really read into things and see things for what they really are. So I feel like this will help people. Discern with your heart, okay? And don't read everything. If it makes you feel awful, don't read it. You don't have to put yourself in that position. Amy says, since schools are closed, I'm out of work, so I'll be able to watch more shows. Just found out today that I'm going to continue to get paid. That is awesome. I believe, this is what I believe, and I actually have goosebumps while I say this, and I don't know why I believe this, and I don't know how I know this, right? But I believe we're all going to be okay. I believe a lot of people are still going to get paid. There's going to be a lot of money brought back out into the economy. And I really think we have nothing to worry about. This is why I'm saying, and I have goosebumps as I say this, so I want you guys to feel that, okay? I really feel this. So I just want you guys to get in your tube, in your lazy river, and chill out at home, right? Just chill out at home. Let's see. So I think that's fine. Linnell says, rough ride. My mom said that about her bed this morning. Earth shaking. Yes. Okay. So it's funny that the earthquake's coming up. Mother Earth is, you know, switching things up, right? And things have to happen in certain situations in certain places. So Mother Earth is doing her thing. So let's send love and joy out to those people that were affected by the earthquake this morning. Yes, your mom probably did have a little rough ride this morning. 5.7 I saw. Again, they want to change up the energy. So there's something more going on out there. Ask your mom about what's going on out there. Okay, and you're very welcome. Goldylocks says Schumann resonance today is high. It is at a 50. Wow. Okay. That's pretty interesting. Because the energy is high today. And I haven't paid attention to the Schumann resonance in a while. But now that you say that, I need to look at it. So I'm going to pull it up while you're talking to me. Because that's very important. There's a lot of shifts and changes going on in that way. Energetically, it's like we just have to ride the wave, right? It's okay. You can get sucked into it, right? Our belief system will kind of like, all right, say this is the wave, right? Here comes the wave. And you could get sucked into the middle of the wave, or you could be on top of that wave. Okay, you have a choice of where you want it to be. Okay, you definitely have a choice. Valley Sim says, my throat is very tight. Ooh, okay, let's see. Your throat is very tight because of the throat chakra, okay? You are starting to stand in your truth, in your power. Is someone going to win money? Because I can't stop itching my nose now. If you do, maybe we all are. But if you want to work on that throat chakra, I feel clear it, wear a little blue, maybe get a blue stone, put it on there at night a little bit. See yourself just letting go of those old patterns that you have going on so that you can, you know, let it be. Just let it go. Just let it go and let it start to happen. A day, 3:18 at 9:30. A day of strong activity. Gaia is responding to the moment of strong impact. Woo! You're not lying. I haven't checked in a bit, but holy moly, it's high today. Okay, and that could be why I have to keep scratching my nose. And it's funny because it itches. It's weird. So. Who's tickling me? Can you guys see? Yeah, so the energy is really high today. So ride that high volume. And that's how you're going to keep this is what we have to do, people. We have to keep our vibration high. So those things that bring our vibration low, you have to kind of like push those to the side for now. We don't have time for low vibrations. We want to keep our vibration as high as possible. Mother Earth needs it. We as humanity need it. And that's why I feel like I'm almost getting calmer every day, even though it's ruined my routine. I was in it. We had things going on. I feel like it's okay. I really do. It's weird because I used to be a worrywart before. Like I would have like mental breakdowns, you know, I would go into anxiety attacks. And now I'm like, all right, it's okay. We got to roll with it. This is where we're at. So you can't fight it. You know what I mean? Because fighting it is that resistance and brings you to that lower level. So they really want you to raise your vibration. So start doing a lot more things that raise your vibration. All right. Amy says, do you have any messages for me about my son's physical aggression towards me? I haven't seen it in quite some time, but the school closure is bringing it back. He has trouble regulating when he's upset. Okay, so this is what I want you to notice. Okay, I want you to notice when he gets upset. I feel like there's a trigger there, okay? And you might not recognize it yet, but I feel like there's a trigger there, right? Because you haven't seen it for a while because you've had those, you know, he's at school all day, right? So you're only having that short amount of time during the day or at nighttime or the short time in the morning in between school and everything. So just pay attention. And it also helps me if I know how old your son is, because it's also if you see what triggers it, right? All right, I'll get to that in a minute. So I'm seeing he's 5.5. Okay, he's still young. So it's like, see what triggers him, okay? Because I feel like once you notice what that is, you're going to change something about it, and it's going to change how he reacts to it, because the kids cannot be parented like we parented 15 years ago, 10 years ago, or anything like that. These kids are way more sensitive now. And then they kind of get upset and angry. My little 4.5-year-old, he's almost 5. He does the same thing. He starts stomping his feet now like he's a little teenager. I'm like, who do you think you are? So it's just find out what it is, where that's stemming from. I feel like that's going to help you a lot, okay? And he's young enough now, you guys can correct that once you figure out what those are. Because like I said, they're way more sensitive. And if you're open to this stuff, just imagine how open he is to this. So that also notice what kind of mood you're in when it happens. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, they're sensitive. When I get, you know, grumpy or whatever, it's like he picks up on it and he gets an attitude. It's like he's my little sponge. So I try to keep my vibration high to keep all the vibrations high. So I'll send you some good luck with that, Amy. Sometimes kids aren't the easiest and they don't give us manuals. But I feel like you're going to get this. You're going to notice it really quick that things will start to shift. Linnell says, great. Or she says, yes, great talks. Follow those moments. Yes, yes, yes. Sarah says, my son is very sensitive and I connect with it and help understand him better. Yes, because these little powerhouses are wide open. They are like more wide open than we have been yet. So it's like we have to kind of stand back a little bit and let them share their wisdom. It might come out a little weird or whatever. But we follow it. Just like when Christopher came out here in the beginning and started talking about clouds and stuff, you know, so it's like, pay attention to what's in the clouds, you know, pay attention to what our kids are saying, you know, and it's almost like they notice, like sometimes I'll ignore him because he just wants to keep talking. And he'll come right up to me and goes, you are not listening to me. And I go, well, you want to keep telling me the same thing 100 times. I heard it. So it's like let them voice themselves. Ask them what it is. They need to be able to use their voice. You know what I mean? Because that was one of the things that was taken away from us as kids. Kids were supposed to be seen and not heard, right? But now we want to hear our kids. We want them to talk. We want them to talk to us. Linnell says, Kavita. Welcome, Kavita. Glad you can make it today. Any messages for me today? Kavita. So glad you can join us. Let's see what we got for you today, Kavita. I feel like there's something a little different about you today, Kavita. I feel like there's this new little energy kicking. It's like it's kind of like cute and giggly. I don't know where that's coming from, but they're making me like, beep, beep, beep. Sorry, I missed that one. I'll get it. So it's like, what is going on? Okay, so Kavita, I feel like there's some cute little changes in place for you. And they're calling them cute because I feel like I'm looking at like little cutesy things, you know, like I don't even know what they are, but they're cute. So it's like all this little cuteness. There's a lot of good things going on under the surface, you know, because I feel like I want to giggle. I feel like I want to just, so it's like whatever that is happening for you, I feel like there's going to be, and it's so funny because it's funny. We talked about earthquake because they're showing me whatever's going on under the earth, right? For you, whatever seeds you've been planting are ready to break that ground. So there's a lot of new coming for you. There's going to be a lot of that newness for you because I see the ground breaking. I see it. It's like cracking. You know what I mean? Like it's weird how I'm seeing it happen, but all that's drying up and all this beautifulness is going to be coming out of it. So just know that's in the future for you. So keep your thoughts positive and keep growing because I feel like you're going to be growing. Okay, so Maureen Lansing, anything for me, please and thank you. Well, thank you for joining today, Maureen. I'm glad you could be here. Let's see what I got for you. Okay. Maureen, I feel like you're a little level-headed right now because they just showed me like this, this line across your forehead. So it's like you're being very level-headed. You're being very calm is what they're showing me. And you're actually surprising yourself in this calm a little bit. So just enjoy that calm a little bit. And I also feel like through whatever's going on in your life, because I feel like it's a little topsy-turvy for you right now, this is all going to settle down in a little bit, right? I mean, the whole world is kind of like up in that right now. It's like, I always say it's kind of like this. It's like you see the dining room table set and all of a sudden you pick up the tablecloth and you fling everything up in the air and you only take back the things that you truly want from that, mass. You can do that with your life too. And I feel like you're sorting out the things that you need and don't need in your life. So I feel like you're doing a lot of that. I feel like there's a lot of give and take going on too. So I feel like whatever you have going on is good for you in the moment. And I feel like you are directing your thoughts in a much more positive manner. And I also feel like you're ready to open up to new opportunities, because I see 3 doors in front of you. So there's going to be 3 new opportunities for you, and just be open to them. Some of these are going to be outside of your comfort zone, but you're going to do just fine with them. So enjoy the ride. That's what they're saying for you, Maureen. I hope that was helpful. Kavita says, I'm ready for cute and giggly and new seeds. Thanks. You're so welcome. I'm glad that was helpful for you. Linnell, my mom, great with the earthquake, but my sister, they are not handling it so well. Love and balance for Lacey. Yes, love and balance for Lacey. Let her know that she's protected. Let her know, because if she wasn't, something would have happened to her. A lot of us need to know that we are very, very, very protected, right? If we believe we're protected, like they're going to make me itch my nose again. If we believe that we're protected, we are protected, right? Because I'm going to use the example of the Hurricane Irma a few years ago here, right? In Florida. Like the news station is like, we're going to die. There's going to be all these bad things that are going to happen to us. And yes, those can happen in a hurricane, right? But my guides are like, nope, stay put. They wanted me to hold my ground. And what I told them was through this, because they told us it was coming, right? So you have an advance warning with a hurricane at least. And I'm like, all right, you guys want me to stay here? I'm not losing my water. I'm not losing my electricity. I'm not losing my internet. I had a 3-year-old at the time. I go, I'm not losing all that. And you know what? I was one of the streets in my neighborhood that didn't lose any of those things because I believed it. I believed that was part of it, right? I believed that I was going to be safe. I believed that I wasn't going to lose any of my conveniences, right? Because as soon as they say this is coming, we go, oh my God, we have to buy all the groceries. We get all freaked out. We need to have this. We need to have that. The power's going to go out for a month. We get all that thoughts in our heads. And now they don't want us to do that anymore. We're like, all right, this is what life handed us right now. It's important to be just now. What are you being right now? How are you being right now is most important. So if you're not being how you want to be, you change it in the moment. You change it right now so that you can feel better about what's going on in your life or the changes that you need to make, right? Because we have choices. We've had choices all along. We don't always take them or choose the right ones. That's part of the learning that we have to do here. But it's like, take a deep breath, relax, be in the now, accept what is happening now. Protect yourself energetically now. Believe that you're not going to be affected by any of this in any horrible ways. See it as beautiful outcomes. And yeah, there might be some people out there that think I'm crazy, thinking that, this could happen. But look at this. If we think like this collectively, right? Me, you, and everybody else, what do you think is going to happen? We make the most powerful changes when we do this collectively. And we are working on a collective level now anyways. And we have been, and that collective level has risen. And you can see this by the people that you know, or maybe the things that you watch, that you can see that the level of knowing, the level of spirituality, the level of our soul cells has risen above the 3D. Those hanging out in the 3D still have a, crappy existence or choosing that existence still. We don't have to choose that anymore. We're choosing to rise above that. So we are going to rise above that, and we are going to help those that we can, because I always say this is like the bottom part and we're going up. We're going to help who we can, but that has to be their choice, right? It's just like we can lead a horse to water, but we can't make it drink. We can't save people that don't want to be saved, okay? I would like to say that we can, but we can't. If that's their choice, they're their individual choice. So let's see what we have over here. Sarah, I try to let him choose his path as much as possible. Sometimes I need to lead, and that can be the trigger. We'll get through it. Yeah, here's the thing. Yeah, those little ones want to be alpha sometimes, but we have to set them in their place. So the certain boundaries are important. I love that, though. I'm glad you guys are helping each other, too. This is awesome over here in the little chat over there. And Linnell says, love that we are getting louder. Love not going backward anymore. Yes. Got the space here for you. Come along. Okay, so yay. Okay, this is great because you guys really are doing exactly what you need to do. You are doing exactly what you need to do. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it. Sometimes your human self feels like you should be doing more, like you should be accomplishing something. But maybe energetically that day, you're not supposed to be doing anything because your higher self is actually doing so much more, connecting out there in the world, doing grid work, doing whatever, taking care of the matrix. There's a lot of different things out there. Maybe working with some of the political people. I feel like some of you guys have them in your dreams a little bit. You may not want to admit it, but you do. There's people showing up and stuff. So this is awesome. You guys are so awesome. The light language is pretty cool. Okay, well, you know, they get me moving and they just channel everything through me. So I help you, they help, they just do whatever they need to do. It's funny when I do this stuff in the grocery store, I'll be like, you know, moving the energy around or pushing it. And I get a lot of weird looks, but I don't care anymore because energetically, I'm just supposed to let it flow. Linnell says she's burping again. This is the burping show. You have to find humor in all of this too, right? You have to find humor in everything. So if something is really stressing you out, try to find the good in it. They want you to really, really find the good in it because this is this is something we've always worked for. Okay, you guys all out there right now are light workers, right? You guys are light workers, light warriors, illuminators. I don't know. You guys are God's team. Okay, I got God's team out here. You guys standing in that love and in that light in this time and in this place is very important for the change and the shift of everything that's going on here. So you guys are so much more important than you ever believed you were, ever thought you were. And I tell you what, I have goosebumps on top of goosebumps right now. So I want you guys to feel this. So you guys are much more powerful and much more energetic than you ever believed. And it's now time for you to start understanding more of that. So I'm getting that the observations that you're going to be making are going to be putting a lot more of the pieces of the puzzle together. You're going to get a bigger chunk. You're going to get a little chunk over here. There's going to be you're going to be getting a lot more information and it's going to make so much more sense to you. And this is going to help you move forward with love and grace in your heart. Does this make sense to you? Because I feel like sometimes they make me talk so fast. I don't even get a chance to breathe. Sing out loud. Woohoo! We are also ahead of the rest of the game. Yes. And that's why a lot of us are being a lot calmer through this right now, right? We've been preparing for this our whole lives as light workers. We didn't know what we were preparing for, but now we know. This is what we have been preparing for. And as I say that, again, the goosebumps are popping up on my body. Clearing out the throat chakra for that. So that we can stand in this power and in this light, whether we're just grounding it where we're standing, right? Because again, they show us, you know, this, and then we're all connected, right? And we're all standing ground. We're all making this grid light up. So you guys are lighting it up. And here's the thing I want to mention too. Sometimes we get so far ahead of the others. We like get to the top of the stairs or whatever, and we can't see anything. We have to wait for some of the people to catch up because our human self is like, let's just do this. We're going to do it. But sometimes there's also a period of rest. So they want you to recognize this as also a period of rest as we move forward. So to use rest as one of your main options at this time. I'm loving this stuff. You guys, the energy is seriously, seriously high today. And it is just flowing out of me and flowing out of you. And we are making all these beautiful connections. We are trying to bring balance back to earth, this beautiful love balance. We are trying to bring prosperity back. There are so many things happening on so many different levels. Don't have fear in your hearts. They want you just to have love in your hearts and trust. Trust in your faith that everything's going to be okay and that there is good on the end of this, right? Because when we're in it, sometimes it doesn't feel like that. Again, they want to make me burp again. So right now, some people don't feel that. We need to help them feel the calm. We need to help them feel okay. We have to keep telling everyone that they're going to be okay because we have to solidify that. So we have to keep saying that, okay? That's very important, especially as we move forward, right? Because we're here to help one another. It's not just about us. It's not just about me. It's never been about me. I've always been like this person of service, whether I was helping someone or doing something for someone, I was like, all right, if I have it, I'll give it to you. Here, just take it. I'll give it to you. Fine, take it. You know, so we're here to be of service. And I said that the other day. I'm here to be of service. So I'm here, and I find that a lot of my clients right now are not so much freaking out yet. But they're being very calm. They're just worried about things that are going on in their lives. So it's very interesting to see that too, that there's not a lot of people that are so caught up in this, but there is a lot still. So we're here to be the calm in the storm. So I'm sending all that love, calm energy to you guys, so you guys can all feel that and share that with everybody. So everybody kind of just chills out, you know, because really it doesn't have to be as bad as you think it is, because thinking it's going to be bad creates the bad. So they want you to create good, right? So it's like getting out your blank canvas and you're going, oh, I see a sunny day and white puffy clouds and trees and nature and beautiful. They want you to start creating in your mind's eye what the most beautiful place on earth looks like to you, because you're creating that. Remember, I've been talking about this all year. 2020 is about creating. And you guys, each one of you are the master creators of your own life. So if you're creating, you're creating, you're creating, you're creating, you're creating, we're all creating all this beauty. The people around us will start to follow suit and start to actually make beauty and create in their lives as well. And it's also important, they want me to say this, even if you guys are up north and it's snowing, when the sun does come out, they want you to get out and touch the sun. I know you can't get all the way up there and touch it, but they want you to let the sun touch you. It's very important to connect in with the sun energy right now, because I feel like that's going to help fight off a lot of this stuff too. And plus, what is that? That is also the brightest light in our universe, right? The sun. So allow that sun to penetrate into your skin a little bit. It doesn't have to be more than 5 minutes, because I know there's some people out there that are very pale skinned and can't stand the sun very long, but make it as long as possible that you can stand, just to get that energy back into you, because it's going to help regenerate you. It's going to help your cells. It's going to help a lot of different things going on in your body. So use it. So let's see. Yes, let your light shine as bright as the sun. Yes, yes, yes. Linnell says, I'll go looking for a breakout. Ha ha ha. Maybe it will happen for you today. I'm going to send you the sun, Linnell. Everybody, let's send some sun. I think I don't know where you are, but I'm sending it north. I feel like you're definitely north of me. So I'm sending the sun. So let's see. We got about another 10 minutes left of our show today, my beauties. So what else do you guys have going on? What else is taking place? What else do you want to know? What else do you feel like you should know? Because I feel like you should be doing a lot of research right now. I feel like you guys should be researching. So if you have some time, research things that you enjoy, that you like. I feel like you need some more knowledge, you know what I mean? Or you're looking for some more knowledge. They're showing me lots of information. Pay attention to the voices that you're hearing in your head, as long as they feel like they're coming from a loving vibration. Because I feel like a lot of you right now are getting a lot of messages that you're not listening to. You're kind of like, yeah, maybe, I don't know. They really want you to trust yourself, that these messages that are coming through for you are true and correct, especially if you can feel it in your heart center. And this is where they like to give me messages. I'll be taking a shower, I'll be washing my hair, and all of a sudden I'll be getting all these messages, all these downloads. I was like, you guys want to have a whole conversation with me in the shower. So they want you to pay attention to the things that are happening in your minds that you're listening to. Let's see. Linnell just said something else. I'll go looking for a breakout of the sun. Correct. It's just coming out of my mouth the past few days. Let it come out. Let the energy flow. Whether I feel like there's a lot of things that are going to be taking place in the next few weeks. Energetically. So I want you guys to just go with the flow. I want you guys to trust in your abilities. I want you guys to open up and start speaking your truth, because they just showed me like this big blue waterfall. I don't know who's got that going on out there, but it's like, Valley Simmons, are we going to be seeing more light beams? Yes. Yes. I'm not sure exactly when, but they're already here. They've been here. A lot of us can already see them. It's so cool because I have this like ship portal, whatever you want to call it, that hangs out with me every night. And they do all these flashing things. I'll have to see if I can get some of that video over to Tiffany or something, and maybe she can show you guys a video or that is one day. But it's like I can see it, you know, you can look at it with your little night sky thing, and it looks like it could be a planet. It looks like it could be a star, but planets don't do this. Stars don't do this. It like pulsates at you. It flashes. It moves really quickly back and forth. So they're already here. So enjoy that. Linnell says, this guy yesterday said, I'd like some of what she's drinking. I just walked in. Yeah, some of us think we're totally lit up, and we're not by any kind of chemicals. This is just our higher selves going, woo, we got this. You know what I mean? Because don't you feel like that? It's like, we got this. We got this. We got this. Oh, it was the clovers on Tiffany's head. Oh, from Monday. Oh, yeah, that's funny. She was high as a kite that day on the energy. She did act like she's a little loopy. That was so funny. Any of you guys that caught our Patreon show on Monday? Too funny. But yeah, see, we're having a lot of fun. And sometimes when we're that high in ourselves and our higher selves, right, it might act like we're on something, because one of my brothers watched my show one day, and he actually called me, and that's the first thing is out of mouth. What the F are you on? He's like, because he doesn't see me like this. He sees me as a normal Melissa, like, hi, how are you? What's happening? You know, but when I'm in this zone, it's like, what are we doing? You know, and he's like, who is that person? Where did that come from? It's a natural high, baby. That's right. So it's kind of funny to see that. And some of the people out there know me as normal Melissa, and then seeing me like this are like, whoa, she is on something, but really I'm not. I'm high on life. I'm high on energy. I'm high on this vibration. I'm high on this change, and it's brought a lot of calm to me. Like I've said earlier in the show, I feel like there's this calm now. You know, it's like, it's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. You know, and it's like, just be okay with that. You know, just be okay with that. Just know everything's gonna be okay, and have fun with that. But, you know, if you guys are having problems outside this, you guys can always reach me for a reading. If you need some energy healing, anything like that, I am open for business still. I'm doing a lot of my stuff via internet, phone, and stuff like that. But if you're local, I still have a little space right here. And I disinfect every day. I was disinfecting every day anyways. I have kids. They touch everything. So, you know, it's like I have to stay on top of that. So I hope you guys are continuing on and following your little, they show me everyone like trucking along now. It's like everyone's, they're all ready to go. You guys are all like ready to move forward. There's nothing holding you back. Nothing at all is holding you back. You are ready to move forward in your highest and best self. You're bringing balance between your higher self and your human vessel. You're starting to understand the bigger picture. It's not just what you're shown, but the whole thing. And I feel like someone's heart chakra just like, whoa, busted right open with that. So I'm glad that happened for you, whoever that was out there. It's funny how I can tap into the energies and feel things that are even going on there with our viewers. Because I'll even have people that won't watch it live, but they'll watch it later and they're like, oh my God, it was like you were totally talking to me. So I thank you guys for tapping in now. And I thank you guys for tapping in later, whatever time frame that is, whatever timeline that might be, because we've got a bunch of those going on too. We're verging into the highest and best timeline. We're doing this together as we go through all these changes and resets, restructuring, right? I have always talked about that. I've been talking about that since January, about restructuring. I can say I'm like restructuring my life. That's the word I've been using, restructuring, right? We're restructuring our lives, we're restructuring our DNA, we're restructuring our cells, we're restructuring Earth, we're restructuring. So anything that you can restructure, right? Because we can take it down to the bottom and restart if we want, or we can do whatever we're doing from here. But it's all up to you and the choices that you're going to make for yourself. Linnell says, gives me a thumbs up. Great show. So glad I wasn't shoveling. Good. I'm glad you took a break from shoveling then. Goldylocks says, glad you weren't shoveling at this time either, Linnell. I'm glad you could join us. Got to do it now, though. Ho, ho, ho. Well, let's hope it's not Christmas already. That would be. And if you're using a hoe, you better be doing a garden and not shoveling. Anyways, they're finding that too funny. I know. The things that they make me say sometimes. Yeah, so no hoe in the snow. But anyways, anyone out there, it is time for you to start planting your seeds if you haven't done them already. It's time for you to stand in your power. It's time for you to stand in your joy. Don't listen to outside sources. Go within for your answers because that's very important. There's a protective bubble around you. I all see you like Glinda the Good Witch and the Wizard of Oz and your pink translucent bubbles. We can see out, people can see in, but the negativity stays outside our bubble. So that's extra protection for you guys as we move forward this week. So you guys can really start using and incorporating a lot more of your abilities, because I feel like that's going to be very important as we move forward, because our higher self says the time is now, and a lot of you are ready to go. Like I said earlier, you guys have been training for this all your lives, so here we go. We got this. We're here to keep the world calm, and again, they're going to give me goosebumps as I say that, so find your calm and stay in it, because you guys have definitely got this. You have definitely got this. Woohoo! Yes, great show. Please share this show. And hit like, subscribe, and all those other things that you do on these things. It's still all new to me. I'm still figuring that out. So yeah. So, you know, before I get ready to get off my show today, I was just thinking, so April 3rd, so somewhere around there, is going to be my 1-year anniversary of working with Goldylocks Productions. I started out with just a radio podcast, and then this year moved into this whole little video thing that you guys have going on. So I'm just throwing this out there. So anyone that's going to watch my first show in April, right? You guys, any names that show up in the little sides over here, you get to win a 15-minute free reading, okay? So that'll be the first show in April, whatever day that is. I know, can you believe it? Anniversary time already. So I'm going to give away a 15-minute reading, and you guys know how fast I talk, so you get a lot of information in 15 minutes, but I will be giving that away on whatever that first April is that I have my show. Yeah, so it'll be in like 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, right, because we still have another week. So that's what I'm going to be doing for my 1-year anniversary show. So I look forward to seeing you guys then on that show too. So until get out of town, is it really April 1st? So on April 1st, I guess you're right, because my birthday is a couple days before that. So on April 1st, it will not be April Fool's Day. I will be giving away to one of my lucky winner customers or people over here in my little things. I will be giving that away. Ha 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 ha. Awesomeness. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Stand in your love and your light, and I will see you next week. I love you.